Hello, welcome to Sobrix. I'm Adam and this is Sobrix. This is my channel for reviewing Lego sets and building them and other Lego related stuff. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at the Lego Technic NASCAR Next Gen Chevrolet Camaro. This is set number 42153. It has 672 pieces, and I paid $50 for this set. Now, this set is the same price as I paid for the Bugatti Bolide and recently the McLaren Senna. And I had somebody who watched one of my videos, I think the Everyone is Awesome video, who commented maybe I should check this set out and give a review for it. So I picked this up when there was double VIP points. And so in this video, I'm going to open this up. I'm going to put this together and then I'm going to share my thoughts on it. While I build this, I will speed the video up and then I'll slow it back down to review this set. So until then, enjoy. Okay, so now that I've sped the video up, we are getting into the build of this NASCAR Next Gen Chevrolet Camaro. This was a really great build, and stay tuned for my review at the end of this video. While the build is going on, I wanted to take a moment to thank everybody for watching and for commenting and liking and subscribing and everything else. I really appreciate it. And to remind you that if you want to support this channel, you can check out my Patreon, which is just patreon.com/Sobrix. I have a lot of plans for the future of the Patreon, and as little as $2 a month can get you subscribed to that, and every little bit helps. So maybe consider checking that out, or don't. It's whatever you want. I really appreciate it. This set was sort of one that was asked about in the comments section. So I also wanted to take a moment to say if there are other sets that people who watch might want me to look into or to review, I am usually pretty willing to try to find them, and if I can get them at reasonable prices and it seems like something I'd be interested in, or even if I'm not always interested in it but I might be surprised, please don't hesitate to recommend things or ask about different sets, and who knows, maybe I will get around to covering those sometime in the future like I did this one. So I really appreciate that viewer, who I can't remember their name right now, unfortunately, but you know, they asked about this set, and so here is the video for it. So thank you, everybody. Thanks again, and now enjoy the rest of the build video and my review. Okay, so that is this Lego Technic NASCAR Next Gen Chevrolet Camaro. This is really great. So as I mentioned, I've done the Bolide, the Bugatti Bolide, and the McLaren Senna, and I'm really excited for the Lamborghini that's coming out soon, the Huracan, which is also, I think, a similar size. This one feels maybe a little bit shorter than the Bolide or the Senna, but it might not be. It just feels that way for me, but this is really, really cool. I really love the color blocking. Tons of stickers on here, as there were on the Senna as well. These stickers aren't too bad to apply, and they add a lot, so I'll point all those out, but I'll make note of the sticker sheet. This is like kind of has this holographic type backing for all of these, and it's used then for the inside of the numbers on the roof and on both sides, which is really, really cool. And I just haven't seen a sticker sheet like this before. I don't know if it's something about like it's similar to the stickers of authenticity that they sometimes put on a box, and I believe, you know, this set has one that says it's a genuine Chevy Camaro thing, but also like a genuine NASCAR product. And so they have a similar kind of holographic thing, but this was really, really neat to see, but also a very overwhelming sticker sheet. I actually think technically this has less than the Senna, but it just felt like a lot. Like the Senna, there are some parts on here that are not stickers. So that's this fender here with the red and the blue detail, and then the blue fender over here with the red detail. Those are both prints. Everything else is stickers. So we have 3 up top here, either side of these on the back there. On the hood, 1, 2, 3, 4 stickers. Looking at the front of this, we're going to have a sticker here, sticker for each of the lights as well, which is fine. On the sides, both sides are the same. 2 stickers down here, sticker. But again, not so bad in my opinion. Again, this one, sticker here on either side, and then the back. This is a sticker for the Chevy logo, and then this is a large sticker here. And I think that covers all of them, so that's a lot of stick. These 2 white ones here, and the color match on that is not very good. For most of the other ones, the way that it works is fine, because like on the blue side, a lot of the detail is red, and on the red side, a lot of like the detail is blue. So like the color match isn't as a big of an issue for me, just the way that this is all styled. But these ones up front here on the hood, that color match is not very good. It almost looks like they're a little bit blue. And I don't know if that's because of the backing or what, but it's not the same white as the panel pieces there. So that could have been a little bit better. The rest of them, I thought the stickers were really quite good and necessary. So that's great. Like the other Technic vehicles at this scale, at this price point, has the Hand of God steering. It doesn't have it up top just the way that this is formed and shaped, so it has it way back here, which is really cool, and I think you put it together in a really cool way. And I'll also show there's some other functional thing. There's no doors on here. I think for NASCAR they probably just go in through the window, right? But I'm not positive, but anyway, these don't open it up on the side here, but the hood can open, and we can see inside kind of pistons or an engine type thing in here that gets rotated by the back wheels. So when that rotates, the back wheel rotates, this moves. And that all happens right in line with the steering at the back. So if you look down the center, if we look down through here, you can kind of see some of that Technic structure going on in there. And if I flip it over, you can really see it. So this one here is for and it goes all the way back, and then the gear comes all the way up to this point. So that's the lower one for the steering. And then the one that's up here connected to the engine, which is like right above it, but in line, is connected to these back wheels and this gearbox back here, and that all connects to this. And you put that together in a really cool way, and it was kind of, I think, a little bit challenging and also kind of fun and nice. Sometimes when I'm dealing with one of these kind of gearbox things and you're putting these like tapered gears in there, I have like sometimes trouble keeping them in there and keeping them in the spot they need to be. But when it all comes together, it's really, really nice. The build for this is asymmetric as many other Lego Technic vehicles at this scale are, but it felt like it came together really, really nicely, and maybe I felt like I saw where it was going in a different way than I did with the McLaren Senna or the Bolide. So that was really enjoyable. Maybe I'm just learning more about the Technic system or getting better at it, or maybe this just has a more linear build. You start with kind of building the engine block area, then you build kind of the back area here, connect those together, start putting on all the back like spoiler in this area here, or this fin, and then put on the sides and the roof, and then you put on like all of this white area with these front fenders up here is pretty much the last thing that you put together. But it also feels really, really sturdy. Like this thing feels locked in. There are so many points of contact and so many pins going through it. And in some ways, a lot of these pieces feel sturdier than even some parts on the Bolide or the Senna, or for that matter, the Batman. This feels like really, really, really solid as a model, which is great. And I think it evokes the reference rather well. The shaping is pretty spot on. Even the subtle like curve up here, all the shaping right there into this bottom part. And actually, I'll grab the instruction manual because it does have some reference photos here. And if I take a peek at the back of this, we can see this is kind of the model that it's going off of, and then this is the Technic model, and I think that's pretty good approximation, a pretty close. Obviously the paint job is quite different, but this is really, really nice. I don't really have too much else to say. We can't see too much in here. There is a steering wheel. There is technically a seat. There's kind of like, it almost looks like a roll cage type thing, but it's not quite that. And because we don't have a ton of access in there because the way these panels are put on, it's nice to have those details still, but it's just not super interesting. I think this just looks great on its own, and the colors really do a lot for me. The color blocking is great. Normally, I'm not the biggest fan of stuff that's like red, white, and blue, but the way they differentiated between like where the stars are versus where the stripes are, and how that corresponds to the different sticker decorations and the different stuff, and like the red stickers having the blue or the red side of the car with these red beams having kind of the blue detail, and the blue side of the car having the red detail, I think is really, really cool. And from the top down, I think it looks excellent. Front end is all pretty pristine in my opinion, and you still get that kind of duality there, which is really nice. And the mechanics of it are quite good. So I really, really liked this a lot more than I thought I was going to. And so very, very fun. We can see over here the extra pieces. There were some that there's a piece in here that I'm not that I'm not very familiar with. So if you know what it is, you can let me know in the comments. Let's see here. This piece, it's similar to the kind of stud pin, but the one that's like more than a single stud pin. Like this one's got a little more, and this one has like more sticking up out of it, but it's almost, yeah, I'm not really sure what this one is used for. So this was a kind of interesting piece that we used 2 of them, and I think they're in the, yeah, they're up here in the steering mechanism right there and right there. So I'm not really sure what those are doing, or if they're really doing anything, but I mean, maybe that's what's stopping us from going even further. I don't know. And I don't know what other uses they might have. But it was interesting to see kind of a piece that I'm not familiar with. Oh, maybe these go together. I'm not sure. So anyway, extra pieces there. Pretty standard stuff. Very good. This set is $50. It has 672 pieces, which is a good amount less than the Senna, which was in the 800, and I think the Bolide was in the 900, and the new Lamborghini that's coming out at this price point, I think, is in the 800 as well. So this has less pieces than those, but it doesn't feel like less complicated. It doesn't feel like it just uses a ton of bigger panels, even though that's probably true because it doesn't have operational doors. I'm going to venture to guess that having the doors work on the Bolide and the Senna probably add a considerable amount of piece count, which isn't too... it's not too big of a deal. I mean, I do like that feature on those, but this totally makes sense here. So the piece count is fine and doesn't feel like I'm getting less value out of this set just because it has less pieces than those other cars. And I think compared to some of the other Lego Technic, like there's a Mustang and a Porsche that I have also considered getting, and those are interesting because they have the pull back and then it'll drive forward on its own, I believe. So I've never built one of those, and those have even less amount of pieces than this does. So it'd be interesting to take a look at one of those and how it compares size-wise. But as far as this set goes, I think the functions are all really, really cool. The engine is slightly different than some of the other engines from those other cars. The steering's in a different spot, and the way that it all comes together works a little differently, which is excellent. Colors are great. Stickers don't bother me. Love the kind of holographic here. And this is a really, really nice set. I think it's a great value and a great little model. So I'm very, very happy with this. I didn't know if I was going to like this as much as I did. I'm always happy to be pleasantly surprised. And I'm really liking these Technic vehicles. So again, as I said, I think at the end of the Senna one, maybe I will keep kind of exploring. Maybe it wasn't the Senna. Maybe it was one of these smaller Technic sets that I built recently, those $13 ones. But I know those like $20 monster truck type Technic builds, I think those are retiring this year. So maybe I'll pick some of those up and talk about them, see what's different about that. And then there's the bigger models. There's not only the like Ford GT that came out somewhat recently that's bigger than this, and then there's the even bigger, like I would say UCS style Technic ones, and maybe eventually I'll graduate to that. But for now, I really, really enjoyed this. If you liked this video, consider giving it a like, and if you like the other videos on my channel, consider subscribing so you can stay up to date on all the Lego videos I will be doing here in the future, including more Technic, more cars, more Ninjago, Marvel, Star Wars, Disney, Friends, City, architecture, all different stuff, and any Lego, all Lego. I'm really love building them and talking about them. So if you're interested, maybe consider subscribing. And if you want to support the channel, the best way to do that is over at the Patreon. It can be as low as $2 a month, and you get your name at the end of the video and early access to all my videos and some exclusive stuff over there too. And I have a lot of plans for the Patreon, so maybe check that out if you want. It's appreciated and every little bit helps. And thank you, everybody. Until next time, thanks. Bye.